Here are the 4 styles of voice box that KITT had throughout the 4 seasons of Knight Rider. So let's take a look at each one and see how they differ. So starting with this first one, this is the voice box we see in the pilot episode. Some of you may know that the pilot was filmed in 2 parts. First was a 20-minute pilot presentation, and they used the dashboard that Michael Chaffee handcrafted along with his build team. And the voice box you see here is representative of that style. So we can see that it's square shape. The voice box itself is very symmetrical, very square with rounded edges. And this was only used very briefly in certain scenes in the pilot. Once they filmed the pilot presentation and got the network to pick up the show, Universal took the dashboard, took it apart, molded it, and ended up creating a new voice box, which is this one. So as you can see, it's quite similar to the other one. We still have the square voice box. It's a little more elongated vertically than the pilot presentation version, but this is the voice box that we see throughout the pilot until KITT gets his new voice modulator in Hearts of Stone midway through the first season. And it should be noted that this voice box was integrated into the fiberglass dash itself, while this voice box was actually placed almost on top of the dashboard. There was a hole cut out, and the voice box was set in that hole with the 2 side pieces protruding out just a little bit. So once KITT gets his new voice modulator in Hearts of Stone, the voice box is changed to this one. So as you can tell, the voice box opening itself is much taller to accommodate the equalizer bars that we see throughout the rest of the series. But other than that, it remains about the same. Just like the previous version, this one sits up on top of the dash a little bit. And this was used the second half of the first season all the way through to the end of the second season. And then finally, in the 3rd season, KITT gets a dashboard redesign, and this is the result. This is the new voice box. So you can see it now has 10 LEDs on the sides as opposed to 8. And the design is a little bit different to accommodate the different normal auto pursuit indicators. Now all 4 of these were crafted by hand. Well, I shouldn't say all 4. The pilot, the early first season, and then the first, second season ones were all crafted by hand based on screen grabs. This one actually is a direct copy of an original screen used voice box. So you can see, take a closer look at that. And that's the history of KITT's voice boxes.